This is Dur's cooking. So, I gotta cook some dinner, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna make, so I guess I'm gonna just look in the fridge and look in the pantry, see what we got, and then we'll make something up. Alright, so it's a pretty small fridge. Something pretty stinky in here. I'm not really sure what it is, but we've got some leftover salmon in there. We've got some sort of make it pre-made salad thingy. Got a bunch of condiments in there, and then got some ginger, some cheese. Oh, I think this is like a quinoa salad. Oh yeah, I made a quinoa salad. That was pretty awesome. Celery in there, and then a bunch of veggies and stuff like that. Some random stuff. Okay, so then let's see, what do we got in the freezer? Oh, maybe it's the freezer that stinks. Damn, that is stinky. So, that could be good. Got some, I think that might be one of the things. Ooh, nice. Those are gonna be probably on the menu, I think. Got some pierogies in there, but basically, I like to have like a little protein type thing, and then some sort of filler. So like I don't know, maybe we can get some. I got some quinoa in here. I got some rice. I can maybe do a little rice thing. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make up a little rice thing. So we'll get some rice, and then I'll get right back. Alright, so I had a minute to think about it, and I think what I'm gonna do is I found some green beans in there, which are probably gonna go bad pretty quick, so I'm gonna make some green beans with a little bit of garlic. Got my shrimp thingies that are marinated in butter and garlic, so it's just gonna be full of garlic. And then my rice, I'm actually gonna do something a little special. I've got some of this, like stock stuff, so you can like add a little flavors. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna boil my rice in the stock rather than regular water. Just add a little bit of extra flavor. And then, who knows, if I can find a little extra veggies in there somewhere and throw that in, like kind of fry them up and then throw them into the rice, make that a little like special rice. Alright, so first I'm just gonna like prepare the shrimp thingy. And I like to put a piece of aluminum down for two reasons. One, it's easier to clean after, and second, it's gonna catch all the juices. And then the juices you can like use to like pour over your rice or whatever you want later on. So we'll just prepare these bad boys. Like we'll get it ready, but I'm just gonna put it aside after because it takes like nothing to cook it. So we'll just kind of lay these out and then put it aside, and then we'll start preparing the rice and everything. You need to cook them like this with that little skin thingy so that it retains all the juices and the flavor and stuff like that. Alright, so now that I have that prepared, I'm just going to set that aside for now. So this guy says to dissolve 1 heaping teaspoon in a cup of water. So I got 2 cups of water here, and so I'll put 2 heaping teaspoons into this bad boy. Another good thing about making it like this is, like, if you're on a budget and you can only really afford rice and, like, this thing, which is, like, a couple bucks, then, you know, this is a great way to make some tasty rice. It doesn't taste like shit. Right, so now you got that, you just get your saucepan, crank it up to, I don't know, put on, like, pretty high. Put your water in there, get that boiling up, and you know, like some people, they're like, oh, you gotta wash your rice and all that, but you know what, I'm too lazy for that shit, man. Just take a cup of rice, throw it in there, maybe a cup and a half. Oh yeah, about a cup and a half, it's all good. You gotta eyeball it sometimes, you can't always stick to the recipe, you just kind of go with your gut. Right, so now I've got these green beans, and they're just regular green beans, and probably gonna go bad soon, so I may as well cook them all up. So if you don't get your green beans in a fancy bag like that, there's usually like a little stem thingy on the tip there, and you gotta break that off. But this is pretty awesome because these are already done, so we can just basically give them a rinse and throw them in there. Right on, so now that my green beans are ready to rock, I'm gonna cut up some garlic so we can throw that in the pan with the green beans. Want to go, like, use more for, if it's less fresh, use more, get more flavor. If it's fresh, you won't need to use as much. So an easy way to get garlic out of the skin is basically just smash it with your knife. So you just put your knife on it, smash it, take it out of the skin. So now you can use like a garlic press if you want to just like throw it in there, but you know, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to wash another dish, so I'm just going to chop it up. Chop it up real fine. So with my beans, I'm actually just going to throw the garlic in there and like toss it with some oil. When I cook it, I'm going to use butter. Also going to add a little bit of salt for some flavor. And some fresh ground pepper. And I like to get my hands dirty, so I'm just going to mix it with my hands. So since these beans are going to take a little while, I'm going to throw them actually in the pan while I'm going to saute some veggies for this awesome rice we got going down over here. And then I will pop the prawns in the stove, which I should probably preheat. So yeah, this guy, I'm going to throw it in the pan. I'm actually going to use just a little titch of water to start to kind of steam them a little bit as well, get them cooking. So I'm actually just throwing a couple things of butter in there, got a little bit of water to create some steam, throw those guys on top. And then probably throw a little butter on top, and then I'm just gonna let that go. Alright, so next up I'm gonna just cut up some mushrooms, some brown mushrooms that I found. And yes, I didn't just find them. I bought them today, but I usually just buy like random ingredients without anything in mind what to make, and then I just make some stuff. And then I've got this leftover onion, which I'm going to cut up and throw in there as well. So we're just going to chop it up in little pieces. So I actually didn't end up using the whole onion because I thought that would maybe be a little bit too much. So I just did like, I don't know, I guess it's like half a cup. And just chop it up really small. And usually I like to take the outer edge of the, like if it's like used before, I like to take off that outer edge because then you have a little more fresh onion going into the thing. So looks like my rice is about done. Looks like I've got a few pieces on top that didn't quite cook all the way through, but it's all good. Just give it a little stir up and let it go. If you need to add more water, just add a little bit more water. It's all good. Some people like the rice crunchy, some people like it soft. And then for our rice veggies, we'll just kind of fry them up with a little bit of butter here, and we'll be all good to go there. It's gonna taste my rice. Yeah, it's pretty good. It kind of looks like it's not cooked enough, but it is, so maybe just add a tiny bit more water. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people overthink cooking rice. It's pretty friggin' easy. you don't put enough water, you just add some more water. And it just soaks it up, you know? So yeah, I can tell it's kind of like sticking to the bottom, so I'll just kind of turn that guy off for now. Let's move it to the side here. We'll cook the veggies for it. Let's have a look at our green beans. Oh, nice, buddy. Give them a little stir there. So yeah, you see all those juices? They're really just going to help to like make them nice and tender. So you really want to have a lid for those guys. You can technically, you can nuke them before you start to fry them, but you know, nuke them with a little bit of water so they get kind of soft and whatever. But yeah, that's just me trying to save some dishes, you know. These are looking pretty fun. If you're gonna put these in rice, you want to make sure they're really tender. So, and these guys are looking mighty fine as well. So now you can see like they're a lot more green, which means they're a lot more tender as well. So I'm just gonna cook it with the lid off now, so that some of that juice can kind of evaporate and give them a little more of a crunch. So now's a pretty good time to put the prawns in. I usually do those last because they're pretty fast. They only take like 5 minutes. So now that these guys are a little bit brown, you can see it's kind of browned up. That's going to have some really nice flavor. I'm going to just throw it right back into this pot. So just put that pot over the heat a little bit to kind of get things moving. Because if you add it back to the heat, then it will kind of get this guy rocking and rolling. Whoops. Just doing a little taste test. They're pretty much perfect. So I'll just turn off the heat and just let it kind of do its thing. The juice will be really nice to like put on the rice and all that good stuff. Plus the prawns got like maybe another minute or two. So it's perfect timing because when you make a rice, it really like holds the heat, so you just want to make sure you kind of get that finished first. You don't want it to be the last thing. Well, here we are, and the prawns are finished. You can kind of tell because they're kind of curled up a little bit. That's some good stuff. I'll show you the finished shot in just a sec. So when you're preparing your dish, you want to kind of make it a little bit nice, especially if you're doing it for someone else. So, you know, you can, actually, let me show you this really cool trick. You can basically take a small little dish, sorry that you see my small little dish like this guy. Okay, and, oops, sorry. And you can just fill that bad boy with some rice. It's like, let's say you're like trying to make dinner for someone and you kind of want it to like look super nice. Just pack it. Okay. And then you can literally just put it on the dish like this. It looks dope. So it's all about the presentation. Then we gotta get some beans on there. So you could even like kind of lay them like, okay, well that was really shitty, but basically like you can kind of lay them like, you know, in a nice stack like that. And then just put a couple of prawns on there. Easy peasy. All nice. And there you go. There's your gourmet dinner. And you basically only spent like, I don't know, $20 if you like 4 people. Oh, I like to take some of the sauce from the, take some of that sauce from the thing, put on the rice. Oh yeah, buddy. there you go. Cooking with Dur. Make sure you hit subscribe, y'all.